Welcome to Travel with Sean. I'm Sean. I am an experienced traveler. I've traveled to many places over the past several decades. And what happened to me in Rome, Italy, just blows my mind, and I can't believe how it could happen to me. Hang on, and I'm going to tell you all about it. Our first full morning in Rome, we had tickets to see the Vatican museums. And we had to change metro lines downtown at the Termini station. The Termini station in Rome is a central transportation hub. That is a central changing station for all of the metro lines and the train lines. They all connect to Termini. So you can imagine it's going to be busy any time of the day. We just happened to get there at rush hour. So it was very busy. When we got to the platform for the metro train we needed, it was very packed. Lots of people, elbow to elbow. When the train arrived, people were not getting on in an orderly fashion, as I had seen. Instead, they were pushing. I could feel myself being pushed from behind and from each side. When I got on the train, there was no place to sit, barely room to stand. To stabilize myself from the movement of the train, I needed to hold on to the pole in front of me. As it would happen, there was somebody between the pole and me, so I had to reach even higher to hold on. Plus, as I said, I was being pushed, which made me feel more off balance. Being our first time in Rome, I wasn't familiar with the metro stops. And being our first day, I was still a bit jet lagged. So my mind probably wasn't as clear as it could have been. But at every stop, I'm paying attention to what stop we're at so I can keep track and recognize when we get to the one we need. Because you only get a few seconds to get off, and being crowded, I might need a little extra time to get through the crowd. So, with paying attention to the signs, being jet lagged, being distracted from being pushed everywhere, and feeling hands all over my body basically as I'm being pushed, or maybe not hands, it could be shoulder, whatever, I don't know. I just feel I'm being touched everywhere. I let my guard down. You can guess what happened next. That's right, I was robbed. I became the victim of a pickpocket. Can you imagine how that feels? Not just to be the victim of a pickpocket, but on your first day of vacation. And how about when you're a seasoned traveler? How about when you never expected it could happen to you? I've heard stories of it happening to people, and I heard it happened a lot in Rome, even at Termini Station, but I never imagined it could happen to me. You see, I always carry my wallet in one of my front pockets. I remember in high school, a teacher told us a story of how he was a victim of a pickpocket. This teacher told us to carry your wallet in the front pocket. And he explained how he went to an airport with two wallets, one in the front, one in the back. The front wallet had his cash and cards. The back wallet had tissue paper. He said after getting through the airport, he only had one wallet. That was the one in front. And when I was a teenager, I was traveling by train through some big cities. I remember I was at Union Station in Chicago with my wallet in my front pocket. And a man walked up to me, bumped into me, and as he was apologizing for bumping into me, I felt his hand on my back pockets. He touched both of my back pockets. And when he was done, he turned around and went back the way he came. That was no accident. He was a pickpocket. When we arrived at the meeting point to go to the Vatican museums, I received an alert on my phone of a $900 charge on my credit card. And the credit card company was asking, was that me? Did I make that charge? It was a charge that was already processed. I thought that my credit card number had been stolen over the internet when I used the credit card the night before online. So I was not suspicious of being robbed. A few minutes later, another charge came across for $1,200 to the same merchant. This one was declined, probably because I had already indicated it was not me making the charge. And maybe it was also because it was the same merchant and so close from the first one. Either way, as we're traveling through the Vatican museums, for some reason, I decided to check to make sure I still had my wallet. It wasn't in either of my front pockets. I checked my back pockets and it wasn't there either. I checked all the pockets on my jacket. No. Then I asked my wife if maybe I gave it to her for safekeeping. No. I asked her to check her bag anyway, just to make sure. She searched her bag thoroughly and no wallet there. Now there was no denying that I had been robbed, no denying that I had been the victim of a pickpocket. As a result of this, we had to stop our tour of the Vatican Museum, find a quiet place to sit down and call the credit card company. When I got through, I explained that my wallet and credit card had been stolen, and I disputed the $900 charge. I was assured that I would get full credit back for the $900. I would not be held responsible. And I was able to review other charges that had processed, and everything was fine. So now we were able to continue looking at the exhibits in confidence that there would be no more problems. 2 days later, I got an email from the credit card company telling me that they mailed me a letter that is available to read online. I logged in right away and read it, and it made me furious because the letter said they determined that I was responsible. They determined that I personally benefited from that $900 charge. I tried explaining to the customer service representative that it wasn't me and that I could not have benefited. She didn't want to hear that. I asked how they determined that I benefited because the card was physically used. That meant that I used the card for my own purpose. I tried to explain to her that I didn't use the card because it was stolen. She insisted that the decision was final. I asked to speak to a supervisor. I ended up getting a supervisor who was both for the customer service department and the fraud resolution department. I explained to this person that my wallet had been stolen and I didn't know about the charge until after the fact. And this person said that that's not what I reported. I reported that I misplaced my card. I argued back that the person who took the report must have misdocumented it because, and I explained the whole story, how we were in Rome on a train, and then I noticed the charge on my phone. Then I noticed my wallet missing. They finally accepted that. But that takes a lot of time, takes a lot of energy, it takes a lot of emotion out of you. I hear some people say that they avoid public transportation, buses and trains. When traveling around a city, they hire a cab or an Uber. That's fine, but it can be costly. Some people choose to wear a fanny pack. They'll wear it across their chest or in front of their waist. The problem I see with that is thinking of those thieves that will bring a knife and slice it. They'll cut the strap and take the fanny pack. That's as bad as a pickpocket. But one thing that would help is using contactless payment. All you have to do before you travel is make sure that your credit card information is uploaded into your phone. It's accepted by many merchants worldwide. Another thing I did is I ordered a pouch online, a security pouch, big enough for my cell phone. So it'll carry cash and credit cards and ID, even tickets. If I need to carry physical tickets, I can put that in there. And I tuck it inside my shirt. And the strap is under my collar. So it's not visible. They can't grab it. They can't cut the strap. I think that is a good solution. But you know, besides this pouch or fanny pack and the contactless payment, maybe I missed something. What ideas do you have for keeping your credit cards, your wallet safe while traveling? Obviously, it didn't work keeping it in my front pockets. But I appreciate your thoughts, hearing what your ideas are. Maybe I overlooked something. Maybe you have an experience that would be valuable to this conversation. At any rate, I thank you for watching and I appreciate your support. Until next time, bye bye.